Hello, everyone, and welcome to League Review. We're a little late again today because I was waiting for Brock and Brian, but unfortunately, Brock had to work really late today, and Brian this whole week has been at his house back in Georgia. So, fortunately, he would only be able to talk on his phone, and the Discord it just doesn't work out, and he's got family there, and it's just a mess. So I took a shower just for reason. I was playing a lot of team fight tactics. To be fair, I didn't get off of that until about 10:30, and then I went and took a shower and took some medicine, and I'm feeling better, but I'm not not to the point where I can talk a lot. So we're just gonna talk straight Rift Rivals today for EU and NA. We're not gonna go over the match history from the previous week. We'll do that next week for our predictions, and we'll just I don't even know if we'll do it next week. We might just do it really briefly. So I didn't do the Rift Rivals podcast early enough because I'm kind of stupid and thought this whole time I thought Rift Rivals was Friday Saturday. So to my surprise, when I get a little notification on my phone saying Rift Rivals is live now on YouTube or whatever, because at work I can't watch on Twitch, I gotta watch on YouTube. But so there's live now on YouTube. I'm like, well, that's a shame. So I made my predictions with, as always, very, very smart, just thinking about each matchup, not taking any bias, any hatred or rivalry into it whatsoever, just completely picking the best teams to win the games. Fortunately, sometimes the best teams lose. So let's get into the match history. Oh man! All right. Do they even have match history? Or is match history allowed? Would not surprise me. Hi, Adol. Adol said it wasn't hard to make predictions today. Well, sometimes when you're having fun with it and you're feeling that nationalism in you, that pride of your country, it can get to you. That's not the first game. Thanks for this. So let's start here because they're all backwards. So the first game was the show match. By the way, NA won, dominated that show match, easy mode. Steve crushing those ults on Lux. 25 stack Majais at one point. I don't stop it. It all said it wasn't hard to make predictions today, or tomorrow, or the next day. So the first game was you're like, oh, Wonder played Nico. Oh, and they did this cool Yasuo Gragas bot lane. They didn't. Perks just went top, and he just went top. Flame Horizon Licorice with the Yasuo. Wonder went bot lane. Mickey X. This was terrible, guys. This was the worst day of viewing. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even watch C9 Fnatic. I was so done and depressed. Oh, C9. Caps went the AD Twisted Fate, which I love to see. Not against NA though, which just you had Blabber go against two counters to Kindred with the solid Kindred pick into Gragas, which was already dumb. But then they rotate the Gragas to support and put Lee Sin in there to double counter it. That's cool. That's because Mickey is a Gragas 1 trick I've learned in solo queue, and all he does is play. Look at this, isn't even a. You flame your support for building Hextech Proto Belt, Sheen, Aether Whisper, Dark Seal. What is this? This was embarrassing. This was a 23-minute game. If you look here, 17k gold lead by 21 minutes. The bot lane of Sonataric went 1-12. That was a great performance by the whole game. G2 didn't even play a serious team comp, and C9 pretty much played a very serious team comp and lost in 23 minutes at 17k, 16k gold lead. It was so bad. I remember just sitting there in at work, and I'm just like half listening, half watching. And I'm just like, oh my god, well, no, like I was already like semi upset that C9 already played like the Sonotark, but I'm like, you know what? At least NA has a chance. G2 is just like throwing things around. Oh no, that was a mistake. Next game we had Team Liquid versus Fnatic, guys. Who Fnatic totally beat G2 in LEC, so Fnatic's basically just as good as G2. So that means, of course, Team Liquid's going to have a tough fight against them, except for that they played their jungler Dan instead of Broxa, who's been by far the best player, not just the jungler, I think best player in EU so far this split. So instead we get Dan. This Dan guy, never heard of him. He had, if you never heard of him, like I hadn't until this, never played a game before on professional stage. Has not played a game in the LEC, LCS, anything. Nope. He's played in the academy leagues, in the I believe it was the Polish league, but nope. So like we're just gonna try him out. Well, I mean, this is Team Liquid, the best team in NA, like top 10 team in the world, right? And Team Liquid, to be fair, started pretty strong, I thought. Looking at this gold graph, it wasn't as strong as I thought they did. Because look at that. Dan Camp, by the way. Reckless. I've never seen someone camp a bot lane so hard. Good God, he got Reckless so fed. And people were flaming him for missing those EQ combos, but that pressure was just disgusting. Also, this is Jarvan in the Rek'Sai, guys. We've talked about this a million times on the podcast. Not only are you playing a guy first time ever playing a professional game, but he's playing one of the worst matchups in the jungle that you can play against a team that's really freaking good. Team Liquid. Didn't matter. Jensen just sitting at his what are you doing, Jensen, over here? Sitting under his tower. Just chilling under his Azir tower, thinking everything's good, and then immediately dying, and then Impact's like, you know what's a good idea? 1v4. 1v4 sounds like a great idea. I'm gonna do it. I gotta be like IG. If Jensen dies, I have to go defend him. Hey, Liquid's an MSI finalist. Took down IG. And probably a top 10 team in the world at the end of the day. Probably. This scared me. I know you can't take too much from Rift Rivals. But before this whole debacle, I would have said Liquid's the top 10 team in the world. But yeah. Oh man, this was so bad. This is so embarrassing. Because Team Liquid, as you can tell, lost to Baron, lost a team fight, lost an Infernal Drake, lost another Baron, lost more team fights and more objectives, and kind of lost the game. If you lose that much in a row, you kind of lose the game. So Teamfight Tactics is pretty cool, guys. This is going to be a Teamfight Tactics only podcast. I have won 7 games so far on Teamfight Tactics, and it's a pretty good game. I might finally hit Diamond for the first time in my life, but in Teamfight Tactics. Imperials is pretty strong. No. Assassins, they're also pretty good too. Anyway, move on to the next game, which was Origin versus TSM. We gotta have a chance here, right? Origin, frankly, does not. I would have guessed Origin is the worst team coming into this tournament. They haven't looked great all split. That's a early pre-2 minute kill for Cold on Smoothie. That's not good. There's another kill for Mithy on Sven. And Mithy, I've kind of forgot. Mithy was on a bloodbath here. Do you see the spike with, he should have sold the support item. He should have been like, no, this is my game. Oh, you got that Dust Blade. We're 5-1-6. Sorry about that. Oh man, this was just, I don't even know what to say. And I got so embarrassed today. It was literally embarrassing. And they come out with this thing. I'm really excited for it still. But my excitement dimmed a little bit where they come out with this thing for like the super package I saw for the LCS finals. It's a little expensive. It's a lot of expensive. This is like a one-time chance opportunity for me. So like I'm like, okay, I'm definitely getting that. Get backstage, meet the players, all that. Like front row seats. And then I see that, I get all excited, I go to watch these games, and I'm like, why would I want to watch it? Why would I want to be backstage in front row seat? I'll still get it, don't worry. But I'm so depressed. I can't even describe how depressed today made me. So let's go over the game I actually didn't watch, because Origin. So let's see how this went. I found out they lost by looking this up before the podcast. All right. AD Twisted Fate, pretty good. Oh, Niski had a good game actually, 7-3. That's not bad. But Licorice on Aatrox losing the Gangplank, should not happen. That should never happen. Don't know how that one went down. Svenskeren came in to replace Blabber and went immediately 0-5, going the Xin Zhao into... I don't like Xin Zhao in the Jarvan, personally. Reckless and Hylissang just destroyed Sneaky and Zay's own lane. Shocking. Be happy they won 2-2. Yeah, you know what I mean? Oh, this is just... like I said, I'm so happy that EU has decided to bring out this AD Twisted Fate. Maybe it will get NA into playing this. I've been telling you since the Reddit post came out. Obviously I didn't make this up, but the Reddit post that came out and talked about this, I played it in like 3 games. It's amazing. Like, I really, really love this build, and not many people. Oh, 2v2. Okay. I'm just like, this is like wrong. This like no one, everyone's playing Twisted Fate now. They remember the champion, but they're like Crown is sitting here playing AP Twisted Fate. No, Trinity Force. The Trinity Force Rapid Fire Cannon is such an insane power spike for the long distance stun card, and then you just go Yu-Gi-Oh on the person and just throw a million cards on them. Like it's. Have you guys ever seen that GIF of AD Twisted Fate with the Yu-Gi-Oh skin? Yeah, it's the Yu-Gi skin, I guess I should say. You just absolutely destroy people. So those are the games. Like I said, not a single one was close. You could call the Team Liquid game close for the first 20 minutes, and that was it. And that was the only even remotely close stuff. So with that, we're gonna make our. We'll go here. Oopsies. Hey, look, it's Ziggs. That's cool. But we're gonna go over here. We're gonna make our Rift Rivals 2019 predictions for day number 2. Game number 1. If you want to read that, you can. It's just heads up for everyone. Full of grammatical errors and everything. But game number 2, it's G2 versus Team Liquid. Team Liquid is the best team in NA. G2 might be the best team in the world still. I guess I will take my NA bias out of this one. That's dead, by the way. As you can see, a solid 0-4 with my NA total bias in NA. That was so bad. But we have G2 taking down Team Liquid in game number 1. We're going to go Origin to be able to dismantle the Cloud9 team, who has looked terrible in both games so far. Especially that Cloud9 bot lane. Mithy and Patrick should be able to handle that just fine. We have G2 beating TSM, probably playing 5 off-roll characters. Maybe they'll play 5 supports. Who knows? They'll still win. We have Origin taking down Team Liquid. Do I want that one? I kind of want to put Team Liquid. Last NA hope right there. There's one NA win. Victory for TL against Origin. Massive upset. NA pulls a win out of Rift Rivals. Anyway, as that one's on, I'm just going to do this real quick while we make that prediction. And finally, Did I make all? Okay, yeah, there's 4 games. And finally, game number 5. There's a solid FNC. Fnatic and TSM. They're kind of equal. Like you think of TSM and NA, like the classic NA team. Like that's what you think NA when you think of, or when you think of NA, you think of TSM. Same thing with Fnatic, even though G2 and Team Liquid are kind of switching that a little bit. But guys, I don't know what to tell you. As an NA fan, there's no hope. Replace beating with destroy. Exactly. I'd all said to replace beating with destroying. Like, what can I? There's. I can't like give you like good details like NA kind of like Team Liquid kind of matches up pretty well against G2. They don't. Cloud9 against Origin also don't match up. If Origin's gonna play like they did against TSM, they're gonna crush C9 as well. That one is a possibility to me. Maybe Mithy just played off his mind because it was against TSM, but I don't. CS9 just look terrible. They look terrible in NA, Frank, to be honest, as well. The last two, they lost to 100 Thieves. Like, come on, 100 Thieves on that redemption arc. By the way, we'll talk about that next week. G2 against TSM, I mean, no shot. Anyone who said that any other NA team would have done better at MSI than Team Liquid of getting embarrassed by G2, kind of understand where Team Liquid was at. Origin against Team Liquid, I'm picking Team Liquid just because Origin has also struggled in Summer Split, and I just want NA to win one game. I went into this tournament thinking like, okay. To be honest, I know I picked that's kind of a meme. I did pick that, but it was obviously not serious. I would have picked Team Liquid over Fnatic, but that's bias, and I thought that's just I probably wouldn't even do that, to be honest. I would have picked TSM over Origin. I will say, absolutely would have done that before this tournament. But real talk, obviously would have picked G2. Probably would have picked Fnatic over TL because they beat G2. Definitely would have picked Fnatic over C9. And this was I don't see how anyone from NA can handle G2 or Fnatic. I can legitimately see Team Liquid beating Origin. I thought I could see TSM beating Origin, but they got crushed. But it's embarrassing being an NA fan. That's all I gotta say. It's a hell of a time, guys. I just had my Michigan team pull off a miracle Cinderella run, and then they didn't pull it off because they failed in the College World Series. They lost to Vanderbilt after winning one game and going 0-2. It's just the life I live. All my teams suck. My region suck. I went to Liquid. I guess I went to Immortals. But like when I went to Immortals, they were actually good, and I was excited. I'm like, I have a team that's actually good. I could root for. And then Liquid, they've won 3 in a row, so it's exciting. And they went to MSI Finals, which is awesome. It's just still NA deep down. That NA ARAM. If there's ever a time for NA or an example of NA, it would be NA or C9 going mid against G2, taking a tower, but as 5, but losing both their top and their bot lane to the split push. So embarrassing. They legit did NARAM like perfectly, like not as a joke. But yeah, I guess that'll be our podcast, guys. I'm depressed, as you can tell. Maybe miracles can happen, right? NA comes back. I'll be rooting for it. NA comes back, takes down EU day number 2. Even if they win 3 games, that's a 3-5. That's not half bad. You only lost by 1. But it's not going to happen, guys. Let's be honest. EU is far superior to NA right now. And it makes me very depressed to say that. Thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry the podcasts have been so crappy this last week. They've been late. They've been not very deep analytically. They've been just sloppy, coughs all over the place, just constantly. Being sick is not not fun when you gotta talk a lot. I love that word, maybe. Yeah. Maybe a miracle. Maybe. Maybe gives us as much power to say whatever we want. Doesn't mean anything. But, yeah, thank you guys for sticking with it, though. Hopefully tomorrow I have the Wildcard podcast that I have to catch up on a bit. But, or I have to catch up on some of the games. But after that, we will have huh. Will I have a Wildcard podcast or will I have a Rift Rival podcast? Maybe I'll do both. It's a Friday. I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see. But thank you guys for coming to watch. And I guess we'll see you tomorrow for the very real potential of a 9-0 EU. Good night, guys. Thanks again for sticking with the crappy podcast so far this week.